Hey Choppers, Logan here again with another Kickstarter preview for you. This time for Dinoblivion by Goblivion Games. In this dinosaur deck builder, you play tribe clans people as well as action cards to try to generate as much force as you can to defeat different dinosaurs on the board and get different idols and dinosaur eggs in order to generate victory points. The one that has the most victory points at the end wins. Let's go ahead and check out Dinoblivion. Alright, we're all set up here for a two-player game of Dinoblivion. So let's go ahead and take a look at the player board and at the main board that you have. The player board right here has a spot for your main deck, which we'll show you in a little bit, and a spot for your discards. It also has a spot to put your resources, which are your buddy tokens, your dino tokens, and your food tokens here. And it also, up top, shows you where you play different cards. Your action and clan cards you'll play to the right of your board, where any dinos that you end up defeating will go to the left, as well as any idle cards and dinosaur egg tokens that you might earn during the game. It also has a central cave symbol where you can keep a card from your hand to carry over to subsequent turns, because at the end of your turn you will discard cards. Now we have our main board here, which is bifold, as you can see. That's folding right there, which has different spots for different things. Each side will have a stack of dinosaur cards here that you will be able to try to defeat during the game, and a central jungle deck that will be here, and the cards will come out to different hunting grounds, either on the left or the right. There are solo symbols for the solo game that we will ignore this game. They won't come into play since we're set up for a two-player game. But let's go ahead and get to a little bit of the card explanations. So the first thing we're going to set up is we're going to set up our dinosaur decks that we're going to put on the main board. So we take our level 2 dinosaurs here, shuffle them up, and these are the backs of the cards. And you can also see on the front of the cards it shows the dinosaurs. It shows how many cards it'll turn out whenever a rage happens, which is on the player board, and we'll get to that in a little bit. And then it shows the dinosaurs' health. What happens if you beat the dinosaur? This symbol right here tells you got to destroy a card. And then any rewards you get for beating the dinosaur here. You get 2 egg tokens, and you get to take 2 cards from the hunting ground and add them to your deck in your discards. So we shuffle these up, the level 2 ones here, and we're going to choose 3 of these at random after we shuffle them. 1, 2, 3. And they are going to go face down on this side, and then we'll go 1, 2, 3, and put face down on the other side. So you'll end up with 2 dinosaurs you're not going to use during the game. And then we do the same for our level 1 dinosaurs. Shuffle them up. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. And we'll put 3 on top of our stack of 2 over here, and 3 on top of our stack over on the other side. And then we will flip over the top ones, because that will show us which ones are available to defeat as we play. Next, we will shuffle up our main jungle deck right here, and we're going to put it in a spot central to the board. The jungle deck is full of clan cards and action cards we will get to in a minute. But as they come out, they will come out into the hunting ground sides, depending on which player is doing any hunting actions or has any kind of repercussions that cause them to come out, such as the rage. Then the players decide if they want to play the Sun Clan or the Moon Clan. I have it set up where the first player here is the Sun Clan and the second player is the Moon Clan. They take their 6 meeples associated with the clans. Sun Clans are white, Moon Clans are black. They take 6 dinosaur tokens and put them on their side, as well as the double-sided food tokens. There were 1 and 2 on the subsequent sides right there. Basic. They also take the associated clan cards they have, denoted by the sun or the moon on their cards. It's a general deck, which is generic to each player. They're all basically the same. So there's 9 cards each. And then they take, there's 4 chieftain cards. So you're going to go ahead and turn these face down, shuffle them up, and turn out 2 of them. So we'll just go 1, 2 like this. And then the first player, the Sun Clan, will get to choose one of these 2 cards. Let's go ahead and choose Magda here. This will go with my generalized deck to make me have a 10-card deck. But then we turn out a second one here so that the second player has a choice of 2. Let's see, this guy gives more meeples for destroying a card. So we'll go ahead and give him Note. After that's finished, the other 2 Chieftain cards are go ahead and remove from the game. We're not going to need them. And then both players shuffle up their 10-card decks and place them in the draw piles. Next, all the players, or both players in this case, will take 2 buddy tokens and place them in the reserve and place 2 foods, either 2 1s or a 2. So I'm going to place 2 1s over here into their food reserve. I'll just put a 2 there. Next, they draw 4 cards from their deck as their starting hands. And they also have a pile of dinosaur eggs in the middle, accessible during the game. These eggs on the other side are worth either 1 or 2 victory points, which is the purpose of the game, to have the most victory points at the end. Players will not know which kind of victory point they have, 1 or 2, on the eggs when they choose them, because they will be shuffled up and chosen at random and put over on the right-hand side of their board when they earn 1. Also, the club denotes first player, so I have it over here above the first player's board. The jungle deck, as well as the player's deck, are divided into 2 different kinds of cards. You have clan cards that are denoted by the Neanderthal pictures there, smiling at your face, and you also have action cards, which have hand symbols on them. The cost to buy these cards from the hunting ground is next to the symbols there. So you see, to buy this card here, it costs 1 of your buddy tokens. To buy this one, it costs 2. To buy this action here, it costs 4 food tokens. To buy this action here, costs 2. Now there are 5 main actions that you can take on your turn, other than buying from one of the 2 hunting grounds. And you don't have to stick to the ones on your side. You can buy from either hunting ground during the game. So one of the actions is going on a hunt. When you go on a hunt, you use this upper symbol here in the tomahawk of the card. So you put it down and state you're going on a hunt with this character. So you would turn over cards from the jungle to one of the hunting grounds equal to the number that is on the tomahawk. In this case, it would be 1 card. So we would turn over the card here. If it has a food symbol on it, you hunt and generate that many food. So you will take from your resources here, you will put it into a reserve. You would put 1 food token. Some of them have 2 or more on there that you can generate when you go on a hunt. Another action you can take on your turn is going to fight the dinosaur. You did this by playing cards and totaling up the tomahawks that are on the cards to create enough force to damage the dinosaur. You can see the starting one here, pterodactyl on this side, is 7 life, so you'll have to generate 7 force to be able to defeat the dinosaur and gain any rewards. The third action you can take on your turn is using the symbol here, the action on your clan card, to actually do something. So you can see if I played this down and I said I'm going to use this card for its action, I generate 1 dinosaur token, which the dinosaur tokens are used when you play your Dinopocalypse card, which generates damage to deal damage to dinosaurs for each token dinosaur token you discard. The fourth action you can take on your turn is creating buddy tokens. If you match up 2 cards with the meeple symbols in the middle, like so, you generate 1 buddy token to your board. And then the buddy tokens allow you to buy clan cards from the hunting grounds. The last action you can take is using action cards. Action cards cannot be played on their own. They have to be used in conjunction with a clan card. So let's say I wanted to use this card here. I don't speak French, so I'm guessing this is like a crazy attack Rodham. I don't know what it translates to. This is a French prototype that I have with English rules. But it generates 5 force right here. So if I wanted to generate 5 for the turn, I'd have to say, okay, I'm using this clan member to play this card here, this action card, for 5 force, and then I generate 5 force in that regard. Now there are cards like this one here, Tiger, which I'm guessing is Tiger, that it not only generates a force, but this is a totem card. Whenever you play this, because all these cards at the end of your turn will go into discards, but when you play a totem card, the first time you play it, you will have to use a clan member to generate that, and it's like, okay, you got 1 force, but then at the end of your turn, any totems you have over here on the right side go to the left side of your board and stay in play, so that you can use them on subsequent turns without having to use a clan member to activate them. You just go ahead and tap it sideways, turn it sideways, to show that you are generating, for this one, 1 force. Now, during your turn, let's say you want to save this for a later turn. You can place one of your cards into your cave there so that it will not get discarded at the end of the turn. And then later on, you can switch it out for another card, or you can just go ahead and pick this one up and use it on a subsequent turn. So players continue in this fashion, back and forth, playing cards in their turn, generating force, getting dinosaur eggs and such, discarding, until one of 2 things happens. Either all the dinosaurs are beat from one of the piles, or the hunting ground, the jungle deck here for the hunting grounds, is empty. That triggers endgame. But I know you're saying, wait, Logan, wasn't there something on the player board about rage or something like that? And yes, there is. So whenever your deck runs out, I'm going to get these off of here. When your deck runs out, the dinosaur will rage. And what happens when the dinosaur rages is that you look at the dinosaur that's on the top of the stack on your side. Here it's the pterodactyl. It has a number in the upper corner here that tells you how many cards you're going to turn out from the hunting ground because of the rage. So this one turns out 1. So whenever your deck runs out, the dinosaur rages, you would turn over 1 card into the hunting ground, and then you'd shuffle your deck up and place it over there. Now, this can cover up a lot of cards because you can only buy the top card of the hunting ground. So this can really mess you up if there's a card you really wanted, your deck runs out, the dinosaur rages, and you don't get to buy that card. You have to start buying cards on top to get it. But the good thing is you can buy from both sides of the hunting ground. So it really works out. Once endgame has been triggered, each player totals up their victory points at the end of that turn. So you can see for any meeples that you created, you go through your deck and any cards that you can match up that make a buddy or meeple like that, they are worth 2 points. Any idols you have in play are worth 1 point. Any dinosaurs you beat are worth 1 point each. And then your dinosaur eggs are worth 1 or 2 points. You flip them over and see what you have accumulated. Add it up, and the player with the most victory points wins Dinoblivion. We really enjoyed playing Dinoblivion. It's a great deck builder. It's great for solo or dual play if you're going head to head. Gothylocks actually stated that she likes Dinoblivion better than their other release, Goblivion, that we did a preview for. And so we're really excited to see it come to Kickstarter and hopefully get funded. So go ahead and check it out. It'll be on Kickstarter Tuesday, November 19th. I'm Logan for Logan Chops Reviews. Previews. We'll see you next time. Happy gaming.